Johnny, don't you ever play with? So they say. You gotta crawl before you walk and walk.
Alongside Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce on the sidelines. Here we go. And the tip goes to the nets. Here's Hendricks. There's the screen by Johnson. White on the wing. 4-3. Rebounded by Daniels. Grant, how about Kobe White going from a bench player to one of the league
Yeah, Kobe played more than 35 minutes per game last season, top 10 in the league. We saw White hit another level, so he has an exciting future in front of him.
Here's Hendricks after the basket by Memphis. The three is up. The shot by Johnson, no good. And it's Morant with the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. There's hey, how about that?
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
Outside White. Tipped. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
And here are the Nets now. 4-point game. Johnson on the wing. From behind the arc. Gets his second attempt. To go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Oh, so good in catch and shoot. Cam Johnson has sweet mechanics.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for the Nets. He said Ja Morant is so good and so entertaining that some guys on both teams just stand around and watch him. He told his players, if you let him get to the rim and do something spectacular, you're not only giving up points, you're energizing the guys around him. Coach wants to prevent the highlight reel kind of plays.
And Allie, thank you for that. Pass to White. Now here's Williams. There's the steal. And now the Grizzlies on the run. Kicks it out to Bane. It's stolen by Johnson. Claxton with it. Guarded by Morant. Here's Hendricks. Let's go with a three. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Pass to Daniels. Fires the three. Good. And the setup by Morant. Daniels has got 6 points.
And I love their energy so far. They're now 4 for 4 from the field.
Here's Morant. Rejected by Claxton.
Well, the length of Claxton allowing him to reach out and affect the shot. That is really good defensive work.
Deflects the pass. White for three. Hits a three-pointer.
got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
And so Moran will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Doris, it's interesting, but the Nets franchise has never won an NBA championship.
That's absolutely
Time out.
correct, because their titles came before the merger. Now, since they've joined this league, they did go to the finals for a couple of times, had Jason Kidd, who was the driver of success, but no championship in this modern era.
Timeout called. Brooklyn.
Please give a round of applause for your next U10 team.
Now here's Bain. Looking at the numbers, he's putting up 7 points a game. 6 to shoot. Three-pointer. Morant, no good.
Well, you can see why the defense dared him to shoot it. That's not really his spot.
Pass to Claxton. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense, given the situation. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Here's Hendricks. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. Here's Moran. Brooklyn pulls it in. Now Johnson. Checking his numbers. He's put up a little over 9 points a game. Out to the wing. Hey, from beyond the arc. Claxton can't get it to go. Memphis leading. Here's Moran. Driving in. Another miss for him. He's 2 for 6.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
Here's Claxton. Nails it from beyond the arc. Minute 32 left in the first quarter. Doris, someone who plays within himself. Nick Claxton knows what his team wants from him.
There's real value in a player understanding his role, and that's Nick Claxton. Sprint the floor, rebound, rim protect. He knows who he is and what puts him on the floor. That's already this guy's second foul now. He's either going to have to sit or play a bit more conservatively.
Got a piece of it. They're running. Here's Daniels. And the fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And leaking out well in transition. I mean, I like seeing Daniels get rewarded for hustle.
White for 3. Williams grabs the board.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
Now here's Williams. No points so far. And Claxton comes to help. Pass to Daniels. Three-pointer. On target from range.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
And here's White. It falls. He's now 2 of 5 from the field.
It doesn't get any easier than that. The defense has to play better.
Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Get it, young fella. Dyson Daniels has a lot of tools, showing his hops on that one.
The kick out to Johnson. Fires for 3. Nails it from 3. Johnson's got 6. Kennard way outside. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter in a tie. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you... And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Brooklyn.
Well, they've really been racking up three-pointers in bunches. They've been so impressive to watch.
And that's what has them ahead in this game. Their floor spacing has been just tremendous.
Looking at lineups around the league, Grant, seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, B.A. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit.
Outside Johnson. Here's Hendricks. Chang pulls it in.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Kennard outside. Fast break, Brooklyn. Here's Claxton. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. Quarter number 2 and about a minute in. Kennard for 3. Knocks down the triple. And now a 5-point Memphis lead.
Well, Luke Kennard's bread and butter, right? The lethal outside shooter who doesn't need much space.
And when it comes to the Grizzlies, they're a team that's hungry to take that next step, Grant.
Yeah, and they've got the core to do it, B.A. You got Morant, Bane, and Jackson. They're all all-star caliber players and still in their mid-20s. So they've got a lot of great chemistry and time to get it right.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. Fires from deep. He buries it from 3.
Timeout.
Kennard's got his second basket on the night.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Brooklyn calls timeout.
Get out of your seat. Come on, start making some noise.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Grizzlies great Marc Gasol last season retiring from basketball. He embraced the city of Memphis. He said, quote, "I think a player has to feel that it's their city. And they have to fight for it. You play with a different mindset when you do that. To me, winning was the most important thing."
And they did a lot of winning, Allie. Nets trail by 8. Rozier with it. Averaging around 5 points a game. Pass to Prince. Here's Whitehead. Just 5 on the clock. To halt the run. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
Outside Morant. Rozier with it. Guarded by Morant. And pushing it up the floor. Here comes Brooklyn. Pass to Rozier. The 3 is up. Watford gets the bucket. Watford's got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Williams. Brooklyn pulls it in.
No defender in sight. He tries to take initiative, but ultimately comes away empty-handed.
Here's Whitehead, defended by Kennard. The 3. Williams grabs the board.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
And Williams punches it home.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Rozier outside. Pass to Watford. Pulls up on the wing. The shot misses. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Nick Richards. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Grizzlies lead by 7. Here's Morant. And then Morant with the jam!
And the bounce that Morant possesses is unlike anyone else at his position.
It's Prince on the wing. Rozier outside. Over to the left wing. Here's Whitehead. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
And that one's good. Morant.
I'll tell you, you can't put your head down after a tough first quarter. You've got to keep fighting, and now he's starting to roll.
There's the foul to try to stop the break, but that'll be a clear path foul. They'll get a free throw and possession here. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Ever since this game started, they've been attacking on the inside, looking for ways to bust up the defense and get high percentage looks.
Also, guys, what a start from beyond the arc. A huge part of their game today. That's going to help their spacing.
And one thing that Morant has always been elite at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim, Grant.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of. So once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
Dang, shot is off.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Pass to Claxton. The kick out to Williams. Clock at 6. And he lays it up and in. Williams has gotten his first basket of the night.
And they had early success from the perimeter, but I don't understand how they've gotten away from that here in the second. How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied. Here's Hendricks. There's 45 seconds left to the first half of basketball. Back to Claxton. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Robert Williams picks up 1.
Nick Claxton, to me, guys, one of those great energy guys. You know what you can expect from him night after night. Incredible effort defensively, shot blocking, and a vertical threat at the rim on the offensive end.
That one misses. And here are the Grizzlies. They're on a 17-5 run. Oh, wasted no time on that one. And the Grizzlies lead by 14.
They're going old school out there now, working the mid-range part of the floor.
Out of bounds, it'll be Grizzlies ball. Memphis leading by 14. Shot clock and game clock, 1 second differential. And Claxton comes to help. Pass to Topic. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
Their system is running smoothly, and the gap on the scoreboard is widening.
You do like that the offense is humming along. They're putting in the effort to distance themselves.
Brooklyn shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Second official foul. 3rd team foul.
And he makes a first. Both teams deciding to change it up.
Stepping the line with 2 shots.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies. Up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. Defense is setting the tone. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Pass to Daniels. Back to Morant. Launches a 3. Sinks it from distance. Morant's got 12 points.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Here's Hendricks. From outside, off the mark.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And there's a whistle. That goes on DeAnthony Melton.
First team.
That's his first foul of the game. Outside Bain. Releases. The rebound by Melton.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. To the wing on the left. 6 on the shot clock. Sharp has the open look. Hartenstein pulls it in.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. That one on Melton. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. The free throw drops for Bain.
And such a unique player. Bain is a powerful guard with an incredibly soft touch.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Well, I guarantee you this is not what they talked about in the locker room. 0 for 3 and looking lost.
And then Morant with the dunk.
I mean, just an agile move by Morant down low, working around the contact and getting it to go.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Brian, John Morant is excited to be back on the court, and he's looking to lead this Grizzlies team back to the postseason. He said of the adversity, quote, "It made me better. I'm just grateful and thankful for the position I'm in." Brian, it's great to have him back in action.
Yeah, everyone loves a comeback story, Allie. Thanks. Williams into the lane. Here's Hendricks. Gets to the corner and hits it. Hendricks has got 5. And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Pass to Jackson. Back to Morant. Here's Daniels. On the wing, Bain. Beyond the arc. Prince grabs the miss. Nets trail by 20. Here's Hendricks. No good.
And I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
Kicks it out to Bain. Jacks up a 3. Counted from distance.
3.
Give him 8 points now.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
Hendricks, no good. And here's Memphis. They're on a 13-4 run. Knocked away. Stolen by Melton. Here's the break. Here's Williams. Oh!
Huge size disadvantage for the defense. Might as well just get out of the way.
And it's Ja Morant with the foul. That's his 3rd foul so far.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
3rd quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Grizzlies lead by 21. Here's Kennard. Nice shot from the wing.
Yeah, Luke Kennard's mid-range game on point right there.
And the Nets with possession here. Here's White. Takes it inside. Memphis with a rebound. Here's Jang. Still without a bucket.
Last 2 minutes to play. 3rd quarter.
Johnson with a double team. Williams. Good D by Watford. And Brooklyn with possession here. Pulls it from the corner. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Here's the Grizzlies with the ball. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. And there's a whistle. That goes on DeAnthony Melton. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
3rd team foul. Coming onto the floor for your Knicks.
On the wing, Daniels.
Nick Richards.
Lets it go from deep. Jang gets the bucket. Jang's got his first 3 points of the game.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave them all alone at the arc.
Here's Watford with the drive. Oh, the teardrop falls in.
The floater can be a tricky shot, but that's the right choice.
It's Daniels with a drive. Here's Jang. Off target from outside. A difficult situation for Brooklyn. A good look from Johnson. And he drains the quick shot. Johnson's got 8. Here's Daniels. He's got 15. The baseline J. Richards pulls it in. Outside White. The 3. Jang pulls it in.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Memphis shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game. He misses the free throw. Good on the second one. 24 seconds left in the third quarter. Here he goes. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Robert Williams picks up 1.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
It's his first trip to the line.
At the line, 2 times.
Both good from the line that time. Memphis leading by 21. Now here's Kennard. Give him 8 points now. For 3. That shot missing. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies. They're feeling great. A 21-point lead. They're official.
57.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Nets trail by 21. White on the wing. Some solid defense from Williams.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
The BA, when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. Going inside. And the dunk by Jackson.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that? Fires from the corner. White, good.
Well, coaches might discourage that kind of look, but he'll take it anyway.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Jang gets the bucket.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
White for 3. Drills it from deep. White's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, after netting 1 in the first half, that's the second deep ball to go down for this guy.
Kennard outside. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Whitehead. The 3-pointer off the mark.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Out of bounds, it'll be the Nets ball. So Memphis going with an almost entire new group here.
Substitution. Isaiah Hartenstein. Jared Jackson Jr. Desmond Bain.
White looking it over. Up top, Johnson. Oh, stolen by Morant. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Now that we have a few years of reference, it's safe to say the NBA play-in tournament has been a roaring success, Grant.
Yeah, I agree, BA. And people forget it was created in the peak of the pandemic. The league set up a lifeline for teams that lost key players to COVID, but it has turned into something much, much greater.
Jackson, left side. From the arc. Ooh, the Grizzlies with another miss.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Pass to Hendricks. Puts up a three. Deflected. Out of bounds. Nets ball as Brooklyn keeps possession. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Here's Prince. Guarded by Bain. Up top, Richards. Clock at 4. Here's Rozier. Richards. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Woo, hard work creating the second chance opportunity.
Here's Morant. And then Morant with the dunk.
The quick feed of Morant. He's so dangerous when he's cutting to the rim.
Rozier outside. Pass to Whitehead. Here's Hendricks. The Nets need to get off a shot here. Rozier from outside. The rebound by Jackson. And it's Morant off the drive. Well, Grant, we've heard some out there say dynasties are dead. And these days, there are a lot of teams contending for titles.
Well, the NBA is happy to see all the competition. But, you know, this league has been defined over the decades by dynasties. We'll see if their epitaph has been written. Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility, but I'd like to praise his team-first mindset. If the dirty work needs doing, he's got it, as long as it helps his team get the win.
Out left to the wing. Outside, Williams. Hartenstein pulls it in.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Here's Morant. And then Morant with the dunk.
Once Ja Morant gets rolling, there is no stopping him. Ja is feeling it tonight.
Williams into the lane. Unable to get that one. Shot from the wing. And the Grizzlies get another bucket right there.
It's been an outstanding performance for them in just about every area.
You know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
And then Morant with the jam.
And they're really rolling right now. That lead keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Pass to Hendricks. Can they get it? From about 16, drained it for 2 points.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Grizzlies.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And their efforts tonight pushed them to 41 wins on the year so far.
Only a 2-game series, and they win both. They have to be satisfied with this.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Ja Morant.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end.
Pass to Prince. Fires the three. Great D that time from Bain. And so it's Morant who brings up the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. And Rozier pulls it down. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Outside, Williams. Inside. Richards' shot is off. Bain surveying the D. Sends it home from three-point land.
And they knew it wasn't going to be easy to win on the road, but they've controlled the pace on this one.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
And so it's the Grizzlies taking care of business in this one. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle.